And after Dre passed, I stepped up. It had other artists on our label. They all did their thing. Everybody did their thing. But I pushed so hard that I stepped into a light where everybody knew that when they seen me, they seen Dre. And I made sure of that. That was my whole thing. Like this was his dream. I'm living his dream. I had all kind of other shit going on. You feel what I'm saying? When Dre passed away, I was laying in the bed with 2 bitches in San Jose with a Range Rover parked outside on a whole nother movement. Wasn't even really tripping like that with the music because I couldn't travel like that. So I was doing what you just seen. I was on some other shit. I had my own thing going on. When Dre passed away, we knew, bro, we gotta go hard. We gotta step it up for the Cudi. We gotta keep the Cudi name alive. And that's what we did. We started Thiz Latin. We got Latin artists all over this country repping Thiz. That's a whole nother movement.
Man, I even see you go back far, man, with fucking with the boy Big Meech.
Oh yeah, bro. That's how
I've seen pictures of y'all from back in the day. Bro. Like, now I know, like, they
that's
really
my
know
bro,
each
and
other.
that's why I be with his son right now. That's why I be with Lil Meech right now. I done took Lil Meech all over the country doing shows. I done booked him. I done paid for him to pull up and do shows in 3 different states. That's nephew. Yeah.
How'd you know Big Meech originally?
So I've been knowing Meech since 2003. So I met the whole BMF mob in Miami back then, and actually it's crazy because I started the album that put me on. I actually started that album, pretty much did like 80% of that album at Meech's house. So I met him in Miami, and it was at a time it was a Memorial Weekend, and this when BMF was going crazy. They had a big movement. Meech had a club, the Crowbar. He had a club on South Beach that he was on. So every night, everybody would go to this club. So I was going down the street. We was mobbing down the street. It was a whole bunch of BMF dudes on the side of the street and all black with BMF shirts on. I was passing by, and motherfucker called my name. His name Big Cuz. Shout out Big Cuz. Diggs called my name. So they knew who I was through a DVD we had called Trill Television. And then at the time, when I first got out of prison, I was on BET, a show called Old Drama. So they had a documentary on me about when I very first got out of prison. That was on BET. So they knew who I was. So Big Cuz called me over there and they was talking, and they got to talking about the Trill Television and all the shit. And they was like, "Bro, you got to come by the mansion. The boss would love to meet you." Mm-hmm. So I went by the Meech's house that night. He had a mansion in Miami. So I went by his house that night, met Meech that night. As a matter of fact, me, Meech, and Suge all met on the same night. We all met and we went and chopped it up and all the shit. So I started fucking with Meech. I was supposed to be out there a weekend, ended up staying there for a whole month, ended up recording there and all the shit. And me and Blue Da Vinci got tight.
Yeah, no, Blue Da Vinci.
We both was on our music shit. So that's how we even got to the shit with the whole Whack 100 shit. So me and Meech, well, I'm fucking with BMF Tough. I'm fucking with him. We tapped in. So we close. Yeah. So Meech ended up going to jail. So while Meech in jail, Blue Da Vinci had a deal with Koch. He had a deal with Koch Records at the time. So he had a tour set up. So he was like a real tour across this whole country. He was pushing a single that he had with Fabulous and Jeezy. And he was really chasing Jeezy we was chasing Jeezy around the country.
Wasn't he the one that changed Jeezy's name, Big Meech? Wasn't he one? Because I think he went by the name of Lil J. He said, "Nah, that ain't gonna work."
Yeah.
Changed his name up on it. Yeah, his name was Lil J originally. That's how you would have knew him.
Now we got a new Lil J.
How's that feel? Like you would have knew him as Lil J. It wouldn't even have been Jeezy.
Shit, I hope it ain't like the current Lil J.
He switched his whole swagger.
So this was at the time when I met him. This was at the time when they was just really pushing the Jeezy album was finna come out. This first album was finna come out. This was around that time. They was tearing the clubs up and really pushing his music, paying the DJs to play his music and all the shit. So long story short, Blue had a tour. So he called me, "Man, come on this tour with me." So I'm like, pack up, bro. I bring my crew, I bring some of my dudes, I brought like 6 of my bitches, and we went on tour with BMF. It's 20 BMF bus. We hit city to city. We started in Detroit at the Super Bowl. Detroit, Ohio, New York, everywhere we stopped and we pulling up. We at the radio station in the morning. We at the club at night, the strip club that night. Then we to the next city, all over this country. And that's when Baby Blue get killed. He lead the tour. He got killed in Atlanta.
Yeah.
That was his little brother. That was my little bro. Baby Blue got killed in Atlanta. And then we ended up, so we had to shift the tour to the fact, when we shift the tour, we find out that indictments is out. And Blue was indicted. So at the end of the tour, we did like 22 cities. At the end of the tour, we shot the bus to the Bay Area. So we brought the whole BMF bus to the Bay Area and made that the last stop because he had an indictment. So we literally took the bus to my neighborhood, took that motherfucker to my mama house, had that bus at my mama house for about a week. And Blue ended up staying with me. Him and a couple other motherfuckers from the mob ended up coming and staying, living at my house, sent everybody else back. And that was like my little brother, you know. He was fucked up for a minute. He had to go through all the shit. So we was close. We was moving around, doing all the shit. He was up under my movement for a minute. And then he ended up getting caught in Vegas. He had an indictment that was looking for him. So he ended up getting caught. It was a magic show weekend, and he get caught in Vegas. They got on him in Vegas, magic show weekend. So he go to the feds and all the shit. But he keeping in touch. It's my bro. He calling me and all the shit, do the shit. So on the day that Blue gets sentenced, he calls my phone. Now, he called me. I'm sitting in the MGM in Las Vegas. He's sitting next to me, Kilo sitting next to me at the MGM. And he called my phone. He tell me, bro, yeah, I just got the 5 years and blah, blah, blah. So he telling me all the shit. Okay, that's what's up, Cuddy. So while he talking to me and telling me this, the phone clicked, and I see his Baby J from BMF. I'm like, hold on. So I click over, and Baby J like, hey, Cuddy, this is Baby J. I got Meech on the other line. He want to talk to you. So Meech is, like, mind you, Meech in the feds. So I'm like, click him in. So Meech click in. Meech say, Diggs, he say, I know Blue like a brother to you. He like a brother to me. He say, but he went to court today, and Blue's a rat bastard. So I'm like, what are you, you know? I'm like, Meech, I got Blue on the other line. What are you talking about? He said, bro, just what I said. He went to court. He took this deal. He debriefed. He was telling me all the shit. I'm like, hold on, bro. So I'm clicking over to Blue. I'm telling Blue what Meech just said. And Blue trying to explain this thing. So I'm going back and forth to where Meech like, man, I ain't got nothing else to say. So, you know, now this is Blue's boss calling him a rat. So I'm like, okay, I got to back up off you, Blue. So when we get off the phone, I just basically back up off of him, you feel me, to see what's going on.
I need everybody to check out NoJumper.com. We officially started a blog. It has in-depth articles about current events, music, etc., plus all of our content in terms of podcasts, interviews, etc. And you can get some exclusive new merch if you check out NoJumper.com. So make sure you tap in.